Relax and let this gentle story carry you softly into sleep. Poppy and the Hedgehog. This story is about the girl named Poppy and her unbreakable bond with a hedgehog she names Poppy, illustrating the power of friendship and connection. Once upon a time, in a small cozy village covered with wildflowers, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Poppy. Poppy had a head full of golden curls and eyes that sparkled like the morning dew. She loved exploring the meadows and woods near her home, always on the lookout for new friends to meet. One sunny day, as she wandered along a narrow forest trail, she heard a faint rustling sound coming from a cluster of daisies. Intrigued, Poppy knelt down and carefully parted the flowers to reveal a tiny, trembling hedgehog. "Hello there," she whispered softly, extending her hand. The hedgehog, with its quills vibrating with fear, looked up at her with large, round eyes. "Don't be afraid, little one," hugged the hedgehog, instrument. "What's yours?" The hedgehog, sensing her kind intentions, slowly uncurled its body and ventured closer. "I don't have a name," the hedgehog said in a tiny, timid voice. "Then I shall call you Poppy too," the girl decided with a smile. From that day on, Poppy and the hedgehog, now named Poppy, became inseparable companions. They spent their days exploring the forest, picking sweet berries, and sharing delightful stories. Poppy often sang songs about the world beyond the village, filling the air with her melodious voice. The hedgehog would listen intently, its tiny face lighting up with curiosity and wonder. And autumn leaves painted the world in warm hues of gold and orange. One chilly evening, as they sat by a crackling fire, the hedgehog looked up at Poppy and asked, "Do you think we'll always be together, Poppy?" The girl, gazing at the starry night sky, replied, "As long as we're in each other's hearts, we'll never be apart." The bond between Poppy and the hedgehog grew stronger with each passage. They understood each other's joys and sorrows, offering comfort and companionship in a world that sometimes felt too big. Their connection was more profound than words could express, silent language that spoke of trust, love, and friendship. Eventually, the day came when the hedgehog grew old and frail. One last autumn leaf fell gracefully from a tree as the hedgehog lay nestled in Poppy's arms. "Thank you for being my friend," it whispered, its voice barely audible. "I will always cherish our moments together." Poppy, with tears in her eyes, held the hedgehog close and promised, "You will always have a place in my heart, Poppy." The hedgehog closed its eyes, a peaceful smile on its face, and drifted off to sleep for the final time. As years went by, Poppy often returned to that special spot by the daisies, where she first found the hedgehog. She would sit quietly, recalling their adventures and the unbreakable bond they shared. Though the hedgehog was no longer physically with her, its spirit lived on in Poppy's heart. Their connection had transcended the boundaries of time and space, an eternal testament to the power of love and friendship. And so Poppy continued to explore, to sing, and to share her stories, her heart forever enriched by the precious memories of her dear friend, Poppy the hedgehog. Heaviness drifts softly into the next comforting tale. Angelonia and the helpful sprite Anemone. This story is about Angelonia and the sprite Anemone, who experienced the rewards of honesty together. In a quaint village surrounded by ancient oak trees, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Angelonia. Angelonia had long, flowing hair the color of sunflowers and eyes that sparkled like moonlit lakes. One sunny afternoon, Angelonia was walking through a meadow, picking wildflowers to weave into garlands. As she wandered deeper, she saw a shimmering light in the distance. Curiosity piqued, she moved closer, and found a tiny sprite with luminous wings, caught in a tangle of thorny vines. "Oh dear, let me help you," said Angelonia. She gently unraveled the vines, and the sprite fluttered free. "Thank you for rescuing me," said the sprite, whose name was Anemone. "I am a helpful sprite, and I can grant you one wish for your kindness." Angelonia thought for a moment. "I wish for everyone in the village to always have enough to eat," she said. Anemone nodded, and with a wave of her tiny hand, the air filled with the scent of blooming flowers. Angelonia returned home, but she found herself troubled by her own wish. She had been very hungry when she met Anemone, and wished for the villagers instead of herself. She went to her mother and confessed, "Mother, I met a sprite, and wished for the village's abundance, when I was truly hungry myself." Her mother smiled warmly. "My dear, your honesty and selflessness are to be admired. Sometimes, thinking of others first brings its own rewards." True to her mother's words, the village soon blossomed with plenty, and every home had a thriving garden. One day, Anemone returned with a basket of fresh fruit. "For your truthfulness and kindness, this is my gift to you," Anemone said. Angelonia's eyes filled with tears of joy. She realized that honesty had not only brought her happiness, but had also blessed her village. The clouds parted and sunshine poured over the meadows, and Angelonia knew she had made the right choice. Let's continue with a peaceful, gentle tale. Snowdrop and Orchid, a light aside of harmony. This story is about Snowdrop, a young girl, and Orchid, a harmonious being, who together preserved the legacy of harmony and balance through the protection of an ancient tree. In a quaint village nestled between emerald hills and sapphire lakes, lived a young girl named Snowdrop. Snowdrop had hair as white as the petals of her namesake flower, and eyes as deep and blue as the midsummer sky. She often found solace exploring the verdant forests and meadows near her home, guided by the songs of birds and the whisper of leaves in the wind. Fateful day, while wandering deeper into the woods than she ever dared before, she stumbled upon an ancient glade bathed in golden sunlight. At the center stood a magnificent tree, its bark gleaming like silver and its branches adorned with blossoms of every color imaginable. From behind the tree emerged a being of ethereal beauty and grace, a harmonious being named Orchid. Orchid had the serene presence of an ancient spirit and a voice that resonated like the purest of melodies. Snowdrop, awestruck by Orchid's presence, approached with both curiosity and reverence. Orchid smiled warmly and invited Snowdrop to sit beside her at the foot of the great tree. It was then that Orchid began to share stories of the world's ancient past, of the harmony and balance that once prevailed, and how it was their legacy to preserve that balance for future generations. Snowdrop listened intently, her heart swelling with a newfound sense of purpose. She learned that the great tree was the heart of the forest, a beacon of life that connected all living things. Orchid revealed that the tree's blossoms held the memories and wisdom of countless generations, and those who cared for the tree could access this knowledge. Snowdrop felt a profound connection to the tree and a deep responsibility to protect its legacy. Over time, Snowdrop and Orchid became close companions. Snowdrop dedicated herself to learning the ways of the forest, and Orchid guided her with patience and wisdom. Together, they tended to the great tree, ensuring its blossoms thrived and its roots grew strong. The seasons passed. Snowdrop grew into a wise and compassionate guardian of the forest, her bond with Orchid unbreakable. One winter night, under a sky blanketed with stars, Orchid told Snowdrop that the time had come for her to take on the full mantle of caretaker. Foam began to shimmer with a light that was both beautiful and bittersweet. She explained that it was time for her to return to the essence of the forest, but reassured Snowdrop that her spirit would always be with her. And with a final embrace, Orchid transformed into a cascade of light that merged with the great tree, infusing it with ever more strength and wisdom. Snowdrop felt a tear roll down her cheek, but she knew that Orchid's legacy lived on within her and the sacred tree. From that day onward, Snowdrop continued to honor the harmony that Orchid had shown her, teaching others the importance of balance and the interconnectedness of all life. The village flourished under her guidance, becoming a haven of peace and prosperity. Snowdrop's story became a cherished tale, passed down through generations, a testament to the enduring legacy of love, harmony, and the bonds that transcend time. Even as many seasons came and went, the great tree stood tall and vibrant, a living reminder of the promise made between a girl named Snowdrop and a harmonious being named Orchid. Here ends another tale to ease you closer to sleep. A journey of growth, Star and Buttercup. This story is about the journey of a girl named Star and a butterfly named Buttercup, emphasizing how they grew through shared adventures. Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills and lush meadows, lived a young girl named Star. She possessed an adventurous spirit that sparkled as brightly as her name suggested. One day as Star wandered through the forest, she came across a fluttering butterfly with golden wings, aptly named Buttercup. Buttercup was no ordinary butterfly. He was a little explorer who had traveled far and wide. He could sense something special about Star and decided to accompany her on her adventures. As the days turned to weeks, and the weeks to months, Star and Buttercup journeyed through enchanted forests, mystical mountains, and serene lakes. They encountered wise old owls, who shared tales of ancient times, and gentle deer, who taught them the value of kindness. Each adventure helped Star grow wiser and more compassionate. One chilly autumn evening, they arrived at a grand, ancient tree, the Heartwood Tree. Legends said that the Heartwood Tree possessed the power to reveal one's friend's true potential. Star and Buttercup, filled with curiosity and anticipation, approached the tree. As they touched its ancient bark, the tree glowed softly and whispered secrets only those with open hearts could hear. It told Star that true growth comes from facing fears and embracing change. Star felt the warmth spread through her heart. She remembered the challenges she faced and the fears she conquered with Buttercup's encouragement. She understood that her journey was her own, with each step a lesson learned and every challenge an opportunity for growth. As Buttercup fluttered round her, she realized that she too had helped him grow. The experiences shared had made them both stronger. With a heart full of gratitude, Star looked up at the Heartwood Tree. The leaves shimmered under the moonlight, a symbol of their completed journey and bond. Hand in hand, Star and Buttercup made their way back to the village, knowing they had grown in ways they never thought possible. The once little girl and the golden-winged butterfly had transformed profoundly. Her story became a legend in the village, a reminder that growth comes from within and through shared journeys. And every night, as the stars twinkled in the sky, Star and Buttercup would look up and smile, knowing that their hearts had expanded with each adventure. Good night, and may you find warmth in your dreams.